Love. This is Dr. Guname, and I just want to drop this soul food so quick and so simple. If you all remember a teaching I did some few months ago now about Ada Jesus, in that teaching I made it so clear that even if they are trying to wash now their hands from our issue, we all know that the people who celebrated our deaths are these giant pastors. We all know that the people who celebrated our deaths are these giant prophets. We all know that all these people use our deaths as a reaffirmation to update their members, to update their haters, to update people who they believe don't agree with them, and to use the death as example to tell them this is what you can face. That was the reason why the death of Ada Jesus was so painful to me. Not really because of the one-on-one, it's because of the psychological message. This was so painful because why? We know very well our people have been lied to. We know very well that this alien doctrine has come to disconnect our people from the right direction that their nature is supposed to face. We know this now. So when we still see giant man of God, as they called it, when we still see all these giant prophets with their hundreds of thousands platform and everything, still using that message to brainwash our people, to put them online, it hurts us. It hurts us because as long as our people is being programmed like this, then we can never grow as a people. Then Africa can never meet up to where it's supposed to be. Then we can never leave that cycle. So all this man of God, prophet, agent, now becomes agents who their job now is to cage our people, to not make them become awoken into their own self-consciousness. We know they are suppressing their energy, because for as long as you believe in a fictional character inside the book, then you give your power to that book. Then your book becomes your God, because you have given your power to the book. So we know all this game. We know that when they put their hands on your head and pray for you, we know that sometimes your soul protest and manifest. That's why you jump and spring and shout and roll and fall. We know that is not anointing. That is your own energy resisting their own presence in your own sacred space. Because what they do is they invade your space. They tell them people to hold you, and they start penetrating into your space. So those ushers holding you right there, there's nothing between them and a kidnapper spiritually. Those people's holding you right there and keeping you for the man of God, there's nothing between them and executioner spiritually. So when we see all these things and we know all these things, and when we now see issues of Ada Jesus and this other Dumeje guy, when we see all these things, so it hurts us. It hurts us because it's like, yes, they have another tools again, and these tools now they want to use it as an example. That is why I was very angry in the issue of Ada Jesus. That is why it hurts me as if it's a personal thing. It's because I understand the psychological warfare our people are facing, and I understand how this event can contribute to them and their own formats they are using. That was what really made me angry. But along that process, something else was being shown. And what was shown to me is this was the last sacrifice. So Ada Jesus was their last sacrifice. Ada Jesus was the last stop they reached, and they have reached that stop now. So everything that is happening now, this is just the beginning. The other one wave his own, his first son pick it up. So no problem. It's going to be going round. These deaths, like I said before, is going to knock in all of their doors, and they are all going to pick it, because your time is over. Your time is over. This is the Aquarius age. There is no space for falsehood right now. So if you still want to live on that energy of your falsehood, then you cannot exist in this time and space anymore. So what I'm trying to tell you now is there is no space for Nigerian pastors and their characters anymore. There is no space for those Nigerian bishop and prophets anymore. Our ancient ancestors has come now. They have come to fix the damage which your previous ancestors has done. So these ones that have come now, they are different from the ones that have been around. The one that has been around is not so active. These new ones that have come now, it's time for Africa, the mother conscious self of the whole earth. It's time for she to rise. And Nigeria is going to be where they will use as example. So the time has come now where we ought to start waking up. The only thing still slowing the process down is the people. There is too many few people waking up right now. But the fact is the number is still encouraging. Every day people are becoming more conscious of themselves. People are starting to really understand what they really are. People have started to really paying attention and asking questions. Who am I really? What am I really doing here? People have started now to start paying attention to the bigger picture, not just those little cartoon drawings that they draw in those holy book of Bible story. People now understand that many of the words in the books is also a lie. So this is helping people now to really wake up. And we are happy. We are happy. So for you who are still one of all those high-class Nigerian prophets, if you love yourself and your family, you have to start repenting. Start teaching your people that the book was a lie. Start teaching your people that nobody talked to you. Start letting them know what really happened. Because you see that deity you all have all been trusting on. You see that deity you all have all been worshiping. Because they put all this Nigerian, what many of you have to know is that Nigerian pastors, they are just like a occultic group. Only when you are in that occultic society, that is when you can have that large ministry in Nigeria. When you are not in that society, you cannot have anything large ministry. And that society is not just the pastors. It's full of your politicians, your businessmen and businesswomen. All this group of people, they know what I'm talking about now. All this group of people, they are the ones who come together and they create a very powerful and huge occultic cycle. In this, their occultic cycle, they believe they have to be the one making the decisions about the order of the day. But now they are afraid. They have been doing it for so long, it has been favoring them. But now they are afraid. Guess what? Breaking news. That deity which they are all worshipping, the time of that deity now is over. Because I have said this before and I will say it again. What you have to know is this. When you have a deity from your family or your lineage, which you are supposed to worship, when one pastor, one of all these their prophets, when they change your brain or brainwashed you to not pay attention to that deity, what happened is that deity now will now go and visit the pastors, because they know they are the one responsible for your failure. They will not go and visit the pastors. So what those pastors are doing, because they have contracts, personal contract with a deity, so when that deity is coming, the deity will not get to them direct. The deity will stop by their own personal deity, just like you have a personal bodyguard, by their own personal deity. And that is where that their personal deity now will try to trash and fix the issue from deity to deity between those two deities. So when that process is going on, the personal deity of that pastor will now kind of plead on behalf of the listen very well. We now kind of plead on behalf of that pastor or prophet and promise that deity that they will keep the balance through sacrifice and some offerings. So in that process, when that deity is gone, the mother deity in the sense that this belongs now to the pastor, will not tell the pastor or the prophet that this is what happened. This is the sacrifice you have to bring, and this is what you have to bring for us to balance this issue over here. So what those your pastors are doing is they have now make problem with this deity, the water one, different ones. So all these years that they have been fooling Nigerians, their case file has been increasing. So now we have shifted into Aquarius age. Now there is no space anymore to add a new file into. So now their time is up. So now when they even cry out to that their deity and say, hey, this is what happened, this is what I see, that one is telling them, I'm sorry, it is over. The game is over. So what many of them are not doing now since the past 5 years is they're not just because they have now cash. So they're not just turning to first the politics, first the military, first the police, so they can continue using their power and influence to balance everything. Spiritually, it is over for them. So you are still seeing them physically because you can still see those material things that they have attached to themselves. So what you Nigerians have to do now is to make them really know that you know that their time is up. Because you have not made them know that you know that their time is over. That's why they are still even flashing and jumping around. These people don't have time anymore. They have done their worst. They have destroyed their lives, the lives of the people. They have brainwashed the people. They have preached false prophecy to the people. While people around the world was waking up, they were teaching Nigeria how to pray and how to hope and expect something from God. While people all over the world was investing in innovation, science, technology, they were telling us to kneel down and pray that fire will come down from heaven. They did not explain to us the science of fire. How can fire just come down from heaven? And you still see the people saying fire, 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 and no fire agree come down from heaven up to today. So you still keep seeing people say die, 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 and they have been shouting die, die, die since 30 years, and their grandpapa, the enemy where their house still dead there, they grow, they will get grandchildren. So African pastors, Nigeria to be precise, they have put the soul, the deep soul of the people at sleep. It hurts me because spiritually you are all kings, queens, prince and princess. You are all gifted. You are all so powerful. So they now pick an agent among of you and create a very big cage, a living open cage, and put that agent in the middle to be making you believe that God spoke to him, that God wants him to come and lead you. Meanwhile, they are not leading you anywhere. They are not showing you anything. Their only plan is to make sure that you don't know that you are the God they talk about, that you don't know that you are the Holy Ghost, that you don't know that you are the Jesus, that you don't know that those stories belong to you, your ancestors. They don't want you to know the truth. So for that reason, they gave you an agent. Then they gave the agent money, flashing things, so that you can see the agent and hope and believe to be like that agent. So he will stand in front of you and say he is the Son of God, he is the representative of God, and you will see the blessings, the glory according to how you understand blessings and glories to be. Then you will now hope to tap into that God through this man, but not knowing that this man is the new bodyguard standing there now in these gates, stopping you from tapping into your own self. And this is the same mechanism that was used in ancient Europe. This is why I'm very angry when I see these things happening in Africa. It has happened before in ancient Europe. About 300 to 400 years ago, you will see one man, he will claim he is the one from God. And when he see people who have powers and different energy, they call them witches. They nail them, they burn them. Same thing we are still doing today. When we see people behaving strange, we call them witch. We carry fire. We quickly burn them. Because why? Some pastor somewhere have injected some pills in our head to make us think and believe that our village people now be our problem. They don't make us think and believe that anything where you get black teeth, now wish. They have make us think and believe that if bird cry for night, now wish. They make us think and believe that any cat where you just see, now wish. If your own grandmama to the hold, it's gonna bend the waka, they don't call her witch. If your husband mama not too fine, now wish. If your junior brother are ugly with big head and bend eye, now wish. So they can label everything. Your ancestral home, where on ancestral shrine dey, they'll warn you make not go there. They'll follow you, go your village, carry ancient tree where your ancestors already worship for more than 800, 900 to thousands of years. They'll just carry more to show. They'll cut them instantly come on. So the work of all these Nigerian pastors, not to disconnect you, so it be like a virus where they eat the consciousness of the people deeply within them. So when you hear say they die, if you don't wake, you go dey happy. Not be say because say you wish people to die, because you know the freedom, you know the sign, you know how the ancestors go rejoice. These people will tell you to go throw away things will follow you come life. Meanwhile, in their own secret chamber, if you start counting their own juju, you know if you can't finish. So they will lose guard the people just for them to believe in them. So I'm very happy for the news. And I also know this is not the end. You have to know this also. This is not the end. Check it now. In less than 2 months. In less than 2 months. The other one, he waved it. But no problem, it's still coming. It will go round. The Domarage is going to go round. So you wave it, no problem. But it will get to all of you. It will get to all of you. You cannot keep on using people and expecting it to last forever. Universe don't work like that. That's why I laugh at these people. They don't understand the laws of the universe. You cannot keep on lying to people and you expect it to just continue like that. You are free to preach your gospel. You are free to teach them what you believe that is good for them. But when you start taking it as a, this is where I have problem with Nigerian pastors and bishops. When you start taking it as a mission to disconnect them from their own authentic source, then you are their enemy because you don't love them. If you love them, you will know and accept within yourself that God created these people like this. They cannot be the other way around. So the only way they can function is for them to master the craft that God has created them with. This is what their ancestors know, and this is why they do this, this is why they do this. So if you can help a people like that, or you want to help a people like that, you must now penetrate into their own natural crafts and their own natural essence and use that to help them. So don't come to a people, ancient people, and bring a story of 3,000 years old and start telling them, God loved the world, he gave you his only begotten son, so now you have to believe in him, so you are not perished. So if you are not talking to a black man who have studied history, who have mastered the science of the nature, then that black man will say, no, 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 this is not my story, because this was 3,000 years ago, and I have been existing since more than 1 million years old here on earth. So meaning this story, these things does not belong to me. You can push it aside. But when you are talking to a black man who have no knowledge of history, who have no knowledge of the nature and the science around him, then the story is like, Oh God, Nezo. So you only pikin, you give and can't give the world, may die for the world. God, Nezo. You see, that's why I'm doing my series. Men are created God in the concept of their own image and their own likeness. So God did not create himself to you. You not be the one thinking, oh Father, oh he give his son, oh he's nice, oh he's cool, oh he have white hair, oh he's so huge, oh we are all living in his hand. So you are not the creator of God, which you don't know or you don't see. You see the science, and this is why it's a psychological warfare. And this is why the book is the biggest threat to Africa. Religion is the biggest destructive tools that was introduced to Africa. When they took us and kidnapped us as slaves, we were still better even while we were working in the plantation more than we are now. Because why? While we were working there, we know that this is a condition. We know that we are being kidnapped. We know that we are being forced. We know that we are kings and queens. We know that we are great people. But now, we don't know those things no more. Now we are just robots. You see the difference? So chains come better past your free hand. That's why you hear inspiration musicians like Bob Marley always talk about mental slavery. This is what they are talking about. Because colonization did not just only take your natural resources. Colonization system came to snatch the soul from Africa. Not until Africa know this. Not until Africa know this. Africa will always have a lot of questions which you cannot have answers to. Africans will always have a lot of questions which you cannot have answers to. We must know how it happened. We must know what happened. We must know where it happened. We must know who did this to us. How did they bring their gods to us? How did they make us become such a believer and a worshiper? How does this happen to people who are ancient people with ancient blood, with ancient powers, with ancient scripts in their DNA? How can you transform people like this? And how do we end up having people who are their agents now, who all they do now is to still teach you about the same old lies? You cannot keep on teaching Nigeria Bible when the whole world know already Bible is a children's book. So how can you teach adult with a children's book? It does not make sense. And when you talk about this, people are like, oh, it's my religion, it's my religion. Don't talk about. Ask yourself, what is a religion? Were you religious when you were in your mother's womb? Were you religious from the day you were born? If your parents has never told you about all those religion, you will not even know they exist. Many of you today say, I am this, I am that. If your family was not born in that area and in that environment, you will not be what you are today. So as a human being, before you define yourself, before you explain who you are, you must first know how to take away religion. When somebody asks you, who are you? And you cannot explain who you are without religion, then something is wrong with you. Then something is wrong with you. So that structure, that God before everything is not wrong. But knowing that God that is before everything is what is your mission to know now. So just say, hi, now God, no. Knowing the God. Because then, if you know the God, then you cannot separate a self from God. Because these are two things that cannot be separated. How can you separate a man from a God? When if there is no God, then no man. If there is no man, then there is no God. So you can't separate these two things, which means these two things is one together, no separation from it. A man now become that object which God is using to operate. So you cannot tell somebody to pray to God because God is already sitting and chilling inside of them. So this is the science. This is the knowledge. This is the thing they have denied African. And this is why Africa is still backward. So as an engineer, you will be praying, oh God, this is my design, let it go. No, instead of you to know that God is inside your head, you don't need to pray. You have to keep on doing what you do and keep up thinking. The voice will come. So it's already a two different thing. Expecting it from outside and knowing it's coming from within is two different things entirely. It's two different things entirely. But no problem. No problem. This death that has started knocking now is going to knock on all the doors. And you are all going to open that door. You can't stop it. Your deity is dead already. That is the good news. Your deity is dead already. Nobody now to save you. Now the ancestors are the one running the show now. All the water children will not brainwash. Now that already concern me well. All the water children that you are brainwashed. Do you know how many souls from the water that these people have caged? If you know how many souls these people have caged, I have done a series of teaching where I call the effect of religion and the risk it puts your soul. Go and listen to that series from series 1 to 5 so you can understand everything about religion completely and know the risk you are even putting your soul. For you to be religious alone is risky to you. But if you don't know, you don't know. You will think, hey, I don't want to go to hellfire. That sin is a scam. It's a scam to keep you checked, to keep you in position, to keep you facing that path they want you to face. And it is deeper than that. So many children from the water, the pastor, the mumu pastor, go your bring and come out for altar. They will do nonsense and do nonsense and do nonsense. Because of the poor innocent girl, the man don't know anything about herself. So now she think this pastor want to save her. So now she think, oh, they want to deliver her. She have bad spirit. She gets something with her good. So the ignorant parent of the child will even think, oh God, I better come and save my child, oh, my pikino, come and save my pikino. So they will not take the girl to the altar. All the different people, different people with different energy. The pastor will say, everybody stretch your hand towards her. Many of you don't know the science behind that. Whenever your pastor say, everybody stretch your hand towards her, that is energy vampire. He's about to suck your energy right now to do what he know he cannot do. That's why he needs you all to stretch your hand. And as you are all stretching your hand towards that innocent child, what you are doing is you are disconnecting that child. Now, that na brought the witchcraft, but because una say una be Christian, it can't be like normal thing. No problem. You are disconnecting that child now from that water source. Because why? They have made you believe now that, oh, water spirit is a bad thing. Water energy is a bad thing. We have to disconnect you. So the goal now is, okay, fine. You disconnect the child and you call it deliverance, right? Fine. Now you have disconnected the child from the water spirit. Now you don't have any spirit to fill him back to that child. Now the child is out there empty, like an open vessel. And before you know, the child becomes useless to her own self. If she's not useless, you will transform the child now to become your instrument inside the church. Go and check 95% of people that claim they deliver. They are all slaves in the church today. Go and check this thing. Go and do this research. Oh, now that pastor healer, because of that one, he will serve that pastor with the rest of his life. He did not really heal you. He just detached you and put you to his own cage and keep you for his own self. So you as that lost child, now you are disconnected from your water family, from your water spirit. Now you are just empty on earth. You will live all this life now You will not know anything about yourself until you die again. Before you will not know, oh, you were just on earth, that you did not really do nothing because you were busy doing nothing. So deliverance that they are giving to our people is something that when you understand how it works, you will even run from them, because they are not really delivering you, they are caging you in a new cage. When they baptize you, and then they bring you out after the third time and tell you go back to the water no more, you have to ask them question. What is water? How do I even connect with water? How does this energy connect with water? How do water help this earth? How do water connect to life? What is the Spirit of God that was on the faces of the earth, as the Bible said? What is this water energy that keeps life present here? So if I am from this water energy, if I am from this power that hold the earth, if I am from this power that hold life, why should I be disconnected from these spirits? But you cannot question them if you don't know what to ask. They will just tell you, water spirit is a bad spirit. So, okay, water spirit is a bad spirit. And yet, 70% of this earth is made up of water. 70% of your body is made up of water. Without water, nothing, no plant, nothing will grow. Without water, the planet will be dead. And yet, you say my water spirit is a bad spirit. And you are living on a highland, which you call continent. It's very small pieces of island, very little. And you standing there and telling me all this is a bad thing. There must be something wrong with you. That is why when you allow these people to brainwash you, they will make you think less of yourself. Take a flight, zoom out of this earth a little. You will see that you cannot even see human being. The only thing you see is the vastness of the ocean, which has not even been explored by human beings. So when you see one idiot coming to tell you, and your water spirit is a bad thing, know that that person don't have knowledge of what they are talking about. Water spirit is never a bad thing. And for all this damage you people have been doing, disconnecting great daughters and great sons from their source, for all this damage, you are all still going to pay for it. And the time has come now. You are all going to keep on paying and paying and paying and paying for it. So everything is going to come from all corners. As the country is going to be facing a new kind of a revolutionary shift, then spiritually, whether you be native doctor, whether you be Oba, a king, queen, Onogie, Obi, whatever, whether you be anything spiritually, as the physical aspect is being taken care of, then the spiritual aspect will also be fixing ourselves. Because that has been the biggest problem. Too many giants. At that Jesus issue, now it shocked me past. The video I did where I said light a candle for Ada. I don't know if you have watched that teaching. Try and watch it, you will understand what I'm saying. In that video right there, what I was trying to explain to you was the handwork of all these giant pastors. Now, they can't even carry the issue as their private issue. All of them can sit down, put finger, if you know what to go on for that Jesus issue. You see, after the death, I just quickly seal it up and pull out of it, because it was so zigzag and so chaotic. But I was happy because that permits me now to see all of them finish. At the end, I don't see all of them finish. I don't see, you know, people where you know they are nyash. I don't see all of them finish. So now I look them very small. To be honest with you, before now, I still get some kind of respect for them. But since I that Jesus issue, I just see them very small. I saw how they celebrated the death of that innocent child. I saw how they were happy. They see it as a glory. They say, so una God need person to come go use something, do something to person for him to take proof say na real. And so now God till the fish show itself. As Nigerians wholly rich, as Nigerians loyal rich, As Nigerians, they faithful to their God, rich. As Nigerians, they enter on a church, rich. So una no fit save the country. That one alone, no dey make shame catch una. Una go fit do crusade round the whole Nigeria. They collect money from every local government. But now country wan spoil. Una no fit do rally of peace as all this church big rich. So una you fail completely. No one of una now even come and say, okay, you know what? I have branches all over Nigeria. So for that reason alone, let's save this nation. Okay, my branch in the east, we want you to start this program. My branch in the north, start this program. South, start. West, south. Let's launch a national unity campaign. You call pastors like your friend. You know what? You have 300,000 members in all Nigeria. You have 50,000. You have 100. Let's rise our members and stand and heal this mother earth and go round and preach love to people. All those northeast where Boko Haram don't pursue people. Let's go meet them and give them Christ. All those places where kidnappers kidnap people. Let's go meet them and teach them Christ. Una will be ministry, will be mega churches with all now hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for bank. All of una, they useless. You are useless. Facts. And you can't expect una know they die through it. Yes, now I must die now. Now you one page. Now so the page go the turn. Now so the page go the turn. The only one of una way go remain. The only one of una wey go remain go be the one wey go wake up, come quick, they apologize, give the follower for lying to them. For lying to them. Those fake miracle wey una take dey sell una ministry. Those fake miracle wey una self know say e no dey exist. Una need to come out. They undo all the damages wey una don do. But if una still believe say na to by the carry mopo follow body, soldier follow body, so because of that one insecurity for the country not concern una, no problem. Very soon una members no see road pass reach church again. We know so una not care, now make una get business, companies, when una don open. If members stop to the church, una sit down for office, turn ourselves to CEO. We know una backup plans already, but no problem. Spiritually, we still get backup plans for una. Because nobody alone has a get backup plan. So this is just the beginning of the end of all these Nigerian false prophets. And just sit down. New Nollywood series movie now start. So the real one, not be those mumu they had. The real series now start. So sit down, just the watch. Just the watch. Sit down, cross your leg, the watch. Now so go they hit all of them. It go they hit all of them. It go they hit all of them. Because the truth is they don't fail. So this is really what I want to share with you this evening. I was taking my evening walk and I felt like sharing it. So please don't write rest in peace in any of the so-called prophets' deaths. They will not rest in peace. If you know what is going on, a big spiritual battle is going on. And all these agents who have caged our people spiritually, they are all going to go down. The gods have decided. The ancestors have risen. They don't have nowhere to run. They don't have anywhere to run. Nigerian pastors are more worse than your politician. Many of you don't know because you don't know the spiritual damage they are doing to you. So they are going to go down. So we will keep on praying to the gods. We will keep on praying to our ancestors. If the death of all Nigerian prophets is what will wake Nigerians up, then it shall be so. Nothing will change it. Because Nigerians must wake. Normally our time don't inspire. Normally by now we suppose don't fight revolution. Normally by now our country suppose don't be restructured. Normally by now we suppose do another different phase. But something has been slowing us. And do you know what that is? Your pastors. Now them put you for inside church all these years. They hope on one blessing. Now then put inside the church all this year, they hope for may God bring one better president. Now then put you for inside church all this year, they wait may God create job for you. Now then put you for inside church all this year, they wait may one helper come from Europe, come bless you. Nollywood come sponsor your pastors. Those ones go come create illusional wealth through movie. So as you they pray, they hope on your God, Nollywood go they show you fake picture to take the belief on that God. So Nollywood go fuck your ass, the pastors go fuck your mouth. Now so they don't take the treat una all this why. And now the reason why they don't they buy time. Now the reason why Nigeria still they back. Now the reason why now people can't invest because their soul don't carry inflammation. They know they feel beer again. If they make them they shake, they make them they angry. But you know go stop there. Now the time don't come. Now the time don't come. Anyhow it can't be, make it just be. The time don't come. The time don't come. I will leave it here for now. There is still so much to say, but I want to leave it here for now. Just wash heart. Very soon, another one will still hit. Another one will still hit. If you like waiver, it will still meet your pikin. It will still come back to you. You will never know what will happen here soon. You will never know. The land you built your ministry on has risen now to curse you. You will not get well on the wrong go. The only escape now for Nigeria pastor is pack your bags, close down your church, and start relocating. Just start relocating. Any of your mumu member want to relocate, follow you, may they follow you. Say you want to stay down Nigeria, you not get future again. You not get future again. That you know alien deity. Carry that your alien deity, put for shoulder, put for cross, drag am back to where you now for drag am come. Nothing concern we black people, concern those doctrines. Those alien doctrines is only here to cage our soul. We are not ancestrally, spiritually, historically related to that deity, which you are imposing on our people every day. We are not doing anymore. We know they do again. Una even get luck. Una even get luck say Nigerians now, they are just angry. I wish their mind don't start to the man leave that side. Una go still collect, never too late. All of una go still see am. I wish you a nice day. I send you a peace. I send you a love. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. No rest in peace for them. They are not going to rest in peace because they have committed a lot of crime they have to pay for. I send you a peace. I send you a love. Bye-bye.